Not everything in life always goes the way we want. We work hard, we dream, we pray, but many times we see our efforts, our prayers seem to bring no result. Then it feels like maybe we are alone. Maybe Allah is not listening to us. Maybe we have lost to fate. Slowly, disappointment surrounds our hearts. But have you ever thought that the problem you see today as a curse might actually be the greatest blessing of your life? Because sometimes what we consider a loss is actually opening a new path for us. Today, I will tell you a story that teaches us Allah's plan is always greater than our plan. Once upon a time, a huge ship was caught in a dangerous storm in the middle of the sea. The storm was so powerful that within moments the ship sank. Almost everyone on board drowned in the ocean. But surprisingly, one man somehow survived. By the will of the Creator, he floated and reached a deserted island in an unconscious state. After some time, when he regained consciousness, he looked around and saw he was completely alone. No people anywhere, only the sea and a lonely island. His heart broke. Looking at the sky, he cried and prayed, "Oh my Lord, please help me. Please send someone to rescue me." One day passed, 2 days passed, but no help came. Days went by. After a few days, he almost stopped praying because he began to feel maybe no one is coming to save him. So he started trying to survive on his own. He went into the jungle and collected branches. He picked coconuts from trees. He started catching fish from the sea. Day after day, through hard work, he built a small shelter with branches. After about 20 days of effort, he created a small place to live on that island. But one day, something terrible happened. That day, he went into the jungle to collect coconuts. When he returned, he saw his small house was on fire. Within moments, everything was gone. His last shelter was destroyed. He looked at the sky and broke down in tears. He cried out, "O Allah, I asked you for help, but you did not help me. The house I built, you burned that too." His heart filled with deep pain. All night he kept complaining until he fell asleep from exhaustion. The next morning, a loud sound suddenly awoke him. He opened his eyes and was shocked. He saw a huge ship standing near the island. He couldn't believe his eyes. He ran quickly toward the ship and climbed on board. Tears of joy filled his eyes. He asks the captain, "How did you know that I was stranded on this island?" The captain smiled and said, "We saw smoke from a fire from far away. We understood someone was signaling for help, so we came here." Hearing this, the man became silent. He remembered the fire from yesterday, the same fire that burned his house. Then he realized what he thought was the greatest misfortune of his life was actually the signal that saved him. That was his path to freedom. He looked at the sky and silently thanked Allah and asked for forgiveness for his mistake. Friends, many things like this happen in our lives. When something breaks, when a plan fails, when our hopes are shattered, we think everything is over. But we do not know what Allah has planned for us. Maybe that broken dream will lead us to a new door. Maybe that lost opportunity will create the greatest opportunity of our life. Remember, when Allah closes one door, He opens another. So no matter how difficult life becomes, do not lose hope. Have faith, because sometimes the fire that burns our house becomes the signal that rescues us. So never give up hope. Allah's plan is always greater than our plan.